Greetings guys, welcome to the channel. My name is DJ Odyssey, and if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. You need to like, share, comment, and most importantly, make sure you subscribe. And everybody else, please make sure you subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow. So on today's video, we're gonna be doing something crazy. It's just an Afro house track that I wanna break down with you guys. It sounds so great that, I feel like I need to release this one. So let me play it for you so that you know what we are talking about. Let's play this. I'm loving this song. It sounds great. So let's just break this down first so that you can understand what happened when I made this one. We're gonna start with the drums, and they sound like this. Mind you, on this track, I'm using my Afro House Essentials Sample Pack 3, the 3-step one. But you can also make Afro House, basically, Firstly, it's the kick that goes that straight. There's nothing to the kick. And then we start adding a tom. Hear that? And then now there's some percussions inside it. So they go like this. So far, we're not doing too much on the song. And then more percussions like this. All right, great. So that's the first part of the drums. And then the next part of the drums is the shakers. So these shakers sound like this alone. As much as I love shaker loops, but I also like to add some type of shakers which will just give the groove to the song, So now, the first shaker, the difference is adding the feed. This stays at 3 times, and then ping pong, and then some echoes, and then it goes like that. It becomes a little bit offbeat, but it's on beat, like I always say. And then we have these two also did the same things, but now it sounds like this. You can feel the groove, right? And then from there with the song, it sounds like this. And then we add more percussions. So these are woods. So they sound like this. And then same thing, these ones go like this. If you notice, I also did the same thing when it comes to the ping pong. I should have put ping pong, but the echoes, the 3 time, everything's the same. Even in here, even on this one, I think, okay, this one doesn't have, but the other two I did, and then you have this. And then those are the drums to this point, and then I added some snares so that when it gets to the climax part, there'll be some snares onto this, and they're very simple. They sound like this. Sound great. And then want to play it as a song, you have this. Sounds great. And then you have some shaker loops, and some percussion loops, and you have drums that will sound like this. And the next thing is just like an effect type of thing. This thing. That's simple. I made like a roll of my own, you know. It sounds like that, you know. As you can hear, the snare has some reverb, not some, a lot of reverb. And then this snare is just fine, you know. The only difference is that on this snare, I think the volume, the velocities are just going up like that. And then from here now, let's get straight to another part of the song where I added the crash and the downshift or the downlift, something like this. So there's nothing too much to it. It's just some effects which you can add on top of this, and this sums up the drums. All right, the next thing that we're gonna do is break down the chords. All right. So first thing is I use this thing. Sounds like this. And that's how the chords look like. I used Flex for this. The thing is called Start Theme. And then let's get into the EQing. First things first, I cut off a lot of low frequencies and a lot of high frequencies. I just needed that part of the sound, you know. Let's bypass this and then let's hear how it sounds. As you can hear, it has a lot of low frequencies and some high frequencies. So I wanted to take those things out. You can hear the difference. It really cut it off, you know. And then this EQ here is just an automation. I think when it gets to this part of the song here, I'll just do this. You can hear what the automation does and how it sounds. So it does this, cut off the high frequencies here, and it goes. And that's the main thing about the automation on this one. That's how I do automations most of the time. I don't like to mess around with volumes. And then now let's get to these ones. I also use Flex for this. And then this one sounds like this. These are strings, huh? Uses the same chords, everything. And then let's see what we added on this. Same thing, cut off the frequencies. It's up to you, you know. And then, so now let's get to another sound. The other EQ is just for automations for this one. It's the same things, this one actually. And then we added the tune. Not tune as in this VST, but this one. It also comes from Flex. It sounds like this alone. Like I said, with FL stuff, I have to cut off a lot of things, you know. So yeah, it looks like that on the EQ. And so far with just these ones, we have this. And fine, that's it for now. And then let's get to another sound from this. Snare pattern. So I'm just sticking up the sound, you know, I'm just sticking them up to do one thing. And then now this one comes from Citrus. It's a pad-like sound. And then if you notice, I probably have to cut off some frequencies as well. See, cut them off. And I still feel like there's still some lows in it. So I'm still gonna tweak it a little bit more. And then that's it for now. And then let's get to hype. So I guess I was tired of using stock plugins by this time. So we have something like this. I'll show you what I meant. Let's get to hype. Let's see how much did I cut off. Like, do you see how much did I cut off here? I didn't cut off too much. It doesn't look like how I cut off when I was using FL stuff. It's just the same melody and it sounds like that, you know? And then let's get to Hive, and then we have this. One thing about music that I'll give you again is that you have to appreciate when something is offbeat, but makes things nice, you know? So this one, I wanted it to sound like it's a bit off, but it's also nice because the offbeatness gives it the bounce and natural feel. We all have that bounce in our lives, and it's more natural when you have the type of bounce like this one. Let me play it for you with the other sound. In this case, we have this. As you can see on this, I only cut off the low frequencies alone, and it wasn't really too much. You can hear, I'll play it for you so that you can hear what I'm saying. It doesn't even actually sound like you cut it off, you know. Let's bypass this. Let's put this. It's not too much. It's just to cut them off so that when there's some frequencies there, they don't clash with other frequencies at the lows. But it sounds great without me cutting them off, you know. And then I went into Contact. Same strings, same whatever, just remove some sounds there, but it sounds like this. And that's the other things that I added. That's the strings. And then now I'll go to the bass before I come to the vocals. So I use GMS for the bass, and it sounds like this. I think it's number 4. Analog bass number 4. And then I used the 3 oscillators for another bass. Sounds like this. I needed a saw fill, but you know, you just click on this, but the volumes are down. The 2 oscillators are not active right now. What's active is just 1 oscillator, and then it sounds like that. It sounds great. And then, now let's get to these vocals. I'll start with these vocals, these ones actually. They sound like this, right?
And give me 5. Of the moon's light, louder and louder.
So I got these vocals from Loopcloud. So I was just looking for some nice vocals to just make the song, you know, just to complete it. And then they sounded great when I had them. And then I took them, I just added some reverb, delay, and some auto tune, some waves tune. It's how it looks. Some EQ, nothing hectic. And then it sounded like that, you know, sounded great.
And give me 5.
And I also wanted it to sound different when it comes to this part. Listen to this.
And give me 5. And we dance all night.
So I used Waves Harmony for these, the harmonies behind this. And then it sounds like that, like it sounds great. Waves Harmony made it sound like actually somebody backed it up. And it sounds like.
And give me 5. And we dance all night.
And then that's the whole track, you know, and it sounds great, you know. And then I hope you guys like this, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and really subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys on my next tutorial when I do something else, you know. Peace. I started probably from the beginning, and I'm out. Love you guys so much.